If every time someone asks you a question, you try to say the right answer, your entire life is a test. And when did you have the most anxiety? In grammar school and high school?
No question.
On test day.
No question.
So your entire life become this test. I ain't trying to say the right answer. I am just doing what I feel. My mama said trying is failing. There is no ifs, woulds, coulds, shoulds. It just is, and we just are.
I sparked that first stream up. I gained 2 viewers, or was it one? It was the one or 2 viewers. I had that 1 viewer, and that viewer made me keep going. And each day and more, week 2, I started averaging 4 viewers. Week 3, 8 viewers. Week 4, 20 viewers. So on and so on and so on. So then my sophomore year, I kind of gave up on school.
Right.
I kind of gave up on school. I kind of gave up on everything that I had to my old life and just put everything onto my stream. I streamed every day. I didn't care about nothing else but YouTube, streaming.
I was 16 and college was coming up. Like, I wanted to do so much. I deleted my Instagram so I wouldn't see any skating. No one ever brought it up, so I never even had the chance to think about it. And so I call up Philip and I tell him, like, hey, I think I want to go back to skating.
What was the point where you started to feel that it wasn't right?
Like one morning I woke up, I had to go training. This is when he'd stopped playing me. And I was in a bad place, and I remember just looking in the mirror. I mean, it sounds dramatic, but I was literally staring in the mirror. And I was asking if I could retire now. At 24, you know, doing the thing I love. For me, that was heartbreaking. To even have had that thought at 24 to want to retire, that hurt me a lot. That was another thing that I had to carry.
I see it as this. You need to squeeze every ounce of potential God has given you to be the best you can be. Now, a lot of people they work hard, they squeeze it, just like I am. You know what I'm saying? They squeeze it, and they get to right there, right? They get to right there. That's 50%. That's 50%. You squeeze your potential out the bottom. Amazing. You're doing better than you was 50% ago. You're doing better. You're looking at yourself like, yeah, I'm doing good, this, that, and the other, right? But in your mind, in your heart, you know there is so much more to get. Like, so double that. You know what I'm saying? Double that. I push. Hold on. That's 70%. You see how it gets harder now with the bottle? It gets harder to squeeze out the potential. But you've gotten further than 50, now you're at 70. Listen to me. Let me land, okay? Right here is where people start getting comfortable. And when you get comfortable, what happens? It goes back out. Now, it doesn't go back out to fully, but it goes back out because you get comfortable, you get lazy, right? Like I do. I do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about all in life. We all do at some point, right? So you go to 70%, and you see how it starts getting harder to squeeze out the potential at your body? It's like you're working harder, like it's getting harder, you're getting tired, all this stuff. It's getting harder. Because I don't want to do this and then be like, oh, comfortable, and do this again, and then comfortable, and do this. I want to squeeze. 100. All of a sudden, you land at 100. And when you land at 100, the bottle, all of a sudden, you get a new bottle, and you squeeze that one, and you get potential, and you get better, and better, and better, and better.
When it gets hard, it's going to get hard. It's definitely going to get hard, and it's going to be a point where nothing's growing. It might be a point where you have no viewers. You know, I started off with no viewers. So when you get to that point, that wall, like that wall breaker, it happens to everybody, every creator out there who wants to do this. You know, you just got to push through that, try something new, and keep going. You know, you got to find a new lane. So I started off with 0 viewers, 1 viewer, but I kept going. Be yourself. Like, don't try to become me. Try to become a better me, you know? Like, don't try to chase on what I did. Do something, like, become better than me. Don't become like me, become better than me. Hey, I started with nothing. I started with a PlayStation 4. And I'm pretty sure any kid out there has a PlayStation or any console in their room. So I didn't have nothing. So you can start off from anywhere, seriously. Like, you don't need the best of the best of equipment. I promise you. I got 50 million subs now. I'm known all over the world now. If you asked me this 5 years ago, even 3 years ago, I'd be like, hell no. So, but I mean, obviously I grow. I'm still growing now, you know. I'm only 20 now, so it's more that I even got to learn from what I know now. But I would have never thought that I even got this far, you know. But things happen. It's something that you got to fall in love with, and you got to put your all into it. You got to be very determined, because there's millions of other creators that's trying to do the same thing. So
if the thought of you doing it for 10 years before anyone potentially watching you, which is a real scenario for a lot of people, you know, makes you want to vomit and scares you away, then it's probably not for you. But if you hear that and you go, well, I love doing it, and this is what I'm deeply passionate about, and in my case, when I was 11, I was like, I'm going to become a YouTuber or I'm going to die trying. Those are the only two outcomes. You kind of need that level of stubbornness, because to make content that people watch, it has to be better than what's out there, and it's going to take you many years to develop those skills. So if you have people around you who push you, who make you better, who are also obsessed, and you're making content that you deeply enjoy making, you're fine with doing for a very long time without anyone watching, you at least have the guardrails to achieve success, in my opinion.
My words to like a young dude going through it, gonna take his life, and especially if you look up to me, like, listen to a couple of my songs. You know, I don't even act like, sound like, none of that. I ain't never thought about killing myself. Like, you know, today is just today, tomorrow is always ahead. So I just go for that.
My message to the youth is to be strong no matter what you're going through. If you need help, seek help. Whether if you want professional help, seek help, and surround yourself with people that'll help you, that'll listen to you, they got your best interest. Whatever you want to do in life, find something that you don't mind doing for the rest of your life. Find something that you like. And even if it seems like it's impossible, it's very, very possible. So don't get nervous. If you have a big goal, just chip away at it until you get to where you need to be. You know, when you're a thinker, I'm the same way. You look for answers that you know you can't, like, you're not gonna be able to get. You know what I'm saying? It kind of drives you crazy. Because you feel like you should have these answers, but you don't. So you just try to think your way into a solution, but you can't find the answer. So, like, I think that's what life is about. Truly finding yourself. And then closing your eyes and dying in your sleep. Finding yourself and finding other things, but finding yourself is one of the things.